Welcome back, and for the second half of this week, preparations are continuing on getting the model ready for the next flight. So actually stay tuned for another video immediately following this one that you'll be very interested to watch. Anyway, so what you can see here is I've tufted the wing here, the left-hand wing, upper and lower, with these little bits of cord here just taped on there, so we can see if we're getting any separation on the model when it's flying. And this is Jeff putting the finishing touches on this separation board for the first of the door molds, because that's again going to be a split mold because the curvature in it means that there's negative draft on the top. So he's just finishing that off, getting ready to lay in place on the plug. And here Roberto and Chris are glassing up the first of these plugs for the back rib of the strake tank. So this is the one for the left hand side. And it's basically just the part on the top and then the flanges all around the side. And here Zach is putting the top coat down on the first half of that first door mold, and you can see there's that wood divider there that Jeff was working on earlier. So this again is a two-part mold, as you can see. And here is the back rib of the straight tank plug-in putty, and also here's the other one that has all the different other ribs that make up the straight tank. So those are in putty and need to go back on the machine. And this is the left side one already up on the machine getting run. So the face cuts are underway there, as you can see. Just using the short flat mill on that one, 3/4 inch. And that evening, Roberto and Chris actually laid up the glass and carbon on this one for the first half of the door frame. So that one's basically halfway done as of Friday. So it'll get more work finishing that one off on Monday. And there's always sanding going on. So this is the first of the lower wing strakes, and so this one's had its first coat of primer and its first round of sanding. So now it's ready for the second or the final coat of primer. And this is the right side upper wing strakes. This is the first one of the upper wing strakes to get any sanding. So it's basically had its guide coat and first round of sanding. So that one's ready for primer now. And this is the mold for the front seat mount. So this one's actually already finished the sanding on two layers of primer. And it's actually already been waxed. So that one's getting close to being ready to pull a mold from. So that one moved through fairly quickly. And here Zach is busy sanding on the rear seat mount, so I believe this is already had the second coat of primer on there, so he's just doing the finish sanding there before it is ready for waxing. And this is the dash stack that goes between the lower dash and the center console. So this one is all waxed and it's getting the rubber profile put on that. So again, this one won't be long and it'll be ready to have a mold pulled. And lastly, these are the actual engine mounts that we're going to be using that bolt between the engine and the actual engine mount frame that we're constructing. They're actually sort of modifications of a Corvette, aftermarket Corvette engine mount, and should work well for us. Anyway, that's our update. Don't miss the next video following this one immediately. Thanks for watching.